Watch this, guys. I didn't try this. I did not test it, but I bet we bump it and it fires right up. And I'm serious. I did not test it. Here we go. I told you, this thing is nasty tuned. I've waited all week for these little O-rings to come in. They're the secondary jets on the carburetor. Let me show you. They came all the way from California. They go right here. And this is the secondary jet right here. And it didn't have an O-ring in the kit. And this is the primary jet. It came with an O-ring and a jet. So some of you may say the kit's wrong, but I don't know, everything else worked. They just didn't include that O-ring. And I had two kits, so the kits are made that way. That's frustrating. Anyways, I'm going to get these carbs together and bolt it on the machine. I have this little thin piece of wire here. You can see it. I open this flap up. In the same exact spot on the other carburetor, I stick my wire in there like that. I will now loosen this screw right here until I can easily pull this wire out. And by doing that on both carburetors, I'm synchronizing the carburetors to the same spot. After that, when you make your adjustments right here, you have to make the same adjustment on both carburetors. So right now it's tight. I'll try and do it here for you on camera. I'm going to slowly tighten this screw until this wire feeds through easy. There it goes. Alright, that wire has the same amount of drag on both carburetors at that throttle plate. Next thing we got to synchronize is this throttle cable right here, because we have two carburetors. You want to make sure that your little butterflies on the carburetors are slapped shut and that they both of them open the same time. And you make your adjustment right here on the cable. And you don't want one opening sooner than the other. So you just make these adjustments, and that's all you have to do with that. My cables are junk and the camera doesn't want to focus real good there, so I'm going to do this real quick. You see how they're both rising at the same time? That's what we're looking for. If one side is pulling before the other, then you're out of sync. I've spent a lot of time synchronizing the carburetors. I spent a lot of time adjusting the points, all of the ignition, timing, stuff like that. The carburetor adjustments, the synchronizing that I can do is all very important. If that stuff's not done right, it'll never run right. And this is one of my pet peeves. I can't stand for somebody to get their small block Chevy or 302 Ford or whatever you got, throw a bunch of parts in it, dome pistons, a camshaft, I got a stroker, crank or whatever they got, and then the thing's a big loud pile of crap, black smoke out of the back of it. The reason why is because they haven't tuned it right. And usually a stock engine that's tuned would outrun them. I cannot stand that. So an engine's got to be tuned right. Otherwise, what do you have there? You have a big heap of expensive junk parts. My fuel tank does not have a petcock. And there is one on this other petrol tank I think I'm just going to rob. I'm sure there's one in one of these boxes. But I'm just been too busy to go digging through those boxes, and that one's right in front of my face. This is awesome. This is a sediment bulb, and it looked pretty clean when it came out. It looked just like this. I cleaned it up a little bit, but let us look together what's inside the sediment bulb. Oh, wow, wow. Look there, amazing. It's nearly spotless. A little bit of crud that I will clean out, but man, that's very nice. We're very fortunate there. The acid ruined a couple things. I actually almost ruined the fuel cap. The chrome was all discolored. I was able to bring it back. I'm glad, because I would have been quite upset with myself for that. And also this latch right here is plastic, and it ate it up. which I'm not really, it didn't hurt my feelings because it never did work real good anyways. But here's a brand new one. I also was able to get an authentic Honda seal for my gas cap, so I'm gonna stick that on there too. My brand new latch broke, so it's just garbage plastic junk. I'm sure it's my fault I got too rough with it, whatever. This seal, interesting. See how it's got a lip on it? Right there. And it fits around. You know, there's a lip that it fits around like that. The new one, it just slides over the top. And remember, this is from Honda, so that's the way it's supposed to be. Look. It just slips on top. There's no groove. I kind of like that. That'll work. The coil needs to be bolted down. I think it may need to be grounded. So I want to clean up these holes right here on both sides with a little disc or something, sandpaper, so it can ground to the frame. It's a tight fit. Also, it's missing some pieces here. The key switch is supposed to be under here. The horn is supposed to be on the other side. The horn fits right there, and that's the only way I see it fits. And it's kind of weird because it blows here towards the engine, so I need to research that. I would think you could turn this, or I have something wrong. That's all bolted up, the coil is, and on the other side, like I said, the key's supposed to go there, but I did not put it on because I'm going to get a key made to fit the cylinder. But not only that, there's something else in there missing. I got to do a little more research. I just put a couple of nuts in there to take up the space. Tightened it down. We got a good ground. We just need to see if it'll run. New spark plugs. Those of you that follow me on YouTube know that this is a rarity, and it's very possible that we have never put a new spark plug in a machine before. But that's just to let you know how much I think of this machine. I really do like it, as I said before. So she gets new plugs. Gonna put some exhaust pipes on here, the header pipes at least. I probably should not have damaged these little brass washers, but it'll be alright. I'm gonna have this exhaust off again anyways. Let's see. I kind of beat them back straight. They'll seal a little bit. And here is our exhaust. We are starting to look like a motorbike. I don't have any mufflers. I have some on the seat on that Suzuki. It came with a couple sets, but they're kind of big. I think I'm going to try and start it just the way it is. I really don't like to. It's going to be all noisy and poppy sounding, and it's hard to tell if it's tuned good with no exhaust, but we'll try it and see how it sounds. I need to fill it up with oil, gas, battery. First start. It calls for 1040 oil. We have 1030, so we're just 10 off. That should work. My good friend HB used to say, any oil is better than no oil. And that always made good sense. He was right. See what we got here. Perfect. Perfect. That's nice. Whoop, wait a minute. I'll show it to you here. Look at that. Ah, it's right on the top of the line. Can't beat that. Maybe a little overfilled. Whatever. Well, I'm starting to get excited about this. It's one thing to buy an old motorbike that's been sitting in a shed forever and hasn't ran. It's got dirty carburetors and needs a few things done to it. It's different to try and fire up something like this, somebody else's project. And they say this has never ran since he rebuilt it. So it ought to be interesting to see what it does. Most of you guys know I love to do this. We're going to turn on the petcock and see where the gas leaks out of it. This old petcock and older ones are cool because it says on, reserve, and stop. It doesn't say off, it says stop. I always think that's funny. Maybe you can read it. I'll bring you right up to it. Can you read it? See there, it says, whoops, sorry. It says stop right there, I believe, doesn't it? I don't see any fuel leaks yet at all, which is really awesome. Happy and surprised to report no fuel leaks. That's amazing. I'm really excited. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We do have electric start, so I'm gonna try and take advantage of that. If the starter works, hooking my battery up down here, you guys probably can't see it. Choke is on. Let's give her a shot. I have no clue. Let's see. Aha. We're cranking. Fuel's at the carburetors. I can feel it. Uh-oh. We just lost power. One second. Nope. Something's happened here. I don't know. Our starter couldn't have got hot that quick. So we got a bad connection somewhere. The starter's got a loose connection. I'll tighten it up. Smells like gas here on the spark plug, so I need to check. I don't think we're firing here. We're not getting no spark. Let's see what happens. Well, we do have spark. Let's see if I can persuade it with some jump start. Ho-ho! Did you hear that, fellers? She popped. I really need a fire extinguisher because there's gas and stuff everywhere. Let's try it again anyways. Ha ha ha! She's going, boys. That is promising. That is promising. Alright guys, it's running on one cylinder. I unplugged, took this other cylinder off, and it popped and fired right up. I don't know what the deal is. I was just experimenting around. That plug is firing, but it started right up like that on the other cylinder, so I don't understand what's going on here. Now, it stopped getting spark over here. Yep, no spark on this side. I don't know what's going on. I think I figured out what's going on, guys, and I think some of you may already know. The reason it's running on that one cylinder is because that's all the coil has enough power to run is one cylinder. And the reason for that is because I had a little tiny itty bitty wire going as a main power. I wasn't thinking. So when you're using a starter wire with that itty bitty wire supplying your power to your coils, it just wasn't enough. Now that's my theory. I did not try it. I'm going to put the plug in over there and we're going to try it and see what happens, but that's what I think is going on with it. Oh, my thing just jumped off. That was awesome. Well, this thing is freaking awesome. I just had a combination of just a few little wires. I just had some wires wrong, no big deal. And now it's running just awesome. I'm going to do a dead, from start, walk you around it, rev it up. It's awesome. It's running good. I just got to hook my little jumper wire up here. There we go. I am so thankful we had this electric start. Watch this, guys. I didn't try this. I did not test it, but I bet we bump it and it fires right up. And I'm serious. I did not test it. Here we go. I told you, this thing is nasty tuned. It's tuned up good. I got to do a little bit on the carburetors when I get the exhaust put on it. But yeah, nice. Listen to it. Listen to it idle. Now, you see my hand up here? I'm getting ready to fire on it. And you watch what happens back here on the exhaust when I fire on it. Check out the response, guys. I mean, she just wants to go. First starts are fun, guys, whatever. Basket case, first starts, just you're at a totally different level. For me, it's just much more exciting. This was awesome. The thing, it's running like, I swear it's running perfect. It sounds really good. When I get some exhaust on it, I'll tune the carbs up a little bit. But we're in good shape. We're getting ready to push forward. We will have this thing on the road soon. Guys, thanks for watching. Share this with your friends if you know anybody that would be interested in it. I would appreciate that. Always leave your comments because I love your input. Hit the like button because it helps my channel to grow. We'll see you next time, guys.